Introducing the Paddy Power World Darts Championships.
Welcome back to Online Darts, everyone. We're here in Boston, the final one.
Scratching me nose.
Yeah. Phil, World Championships coming up, and we couldn't not speak to you because it's that time of year. You looking forward to the Worlds this year?
I am actually, yeah. Normally I pick and choose what games I want to watch, but I'm really looking forward to this one. Yeah, I'm not a big dart watcher, but I'm getting back into it. I said, little by little, I'm getting more and more like wanting to watch.
There's a real buzz around darts at the moment, mainly generated by Luke and what he's done. And are you still noticing it, even when you're out and about, the real buzz around the sport?
Every day. Did interviews this week with different newspapers, and everyone's talking about the two Lukes. Now and again they mention Gary. Now and again they mention Adrian. But they're always talking about the young Lukes, yeah.
Do you believe the World Championships is about the winner of that potential semi-final and Luke will go on to win it, or do you think there may be a surprise?
It could be. Well, it all depends. Because it isn't always just about the dart. As I said before, the weather's changing. There's a lot of bugs flying around at the minute, a lot of illness, so they've got to make sure that they keep away from everybody, try and slow down now, stay at home. I would cut it on the head now. I wouldn't be doing any exhibition work. I wouldn't be going shopping. I wouldn't jeopardise anything. I'd be in the house. I wouldn't go out. I would not go through that door, and I'd be dedicated.
Luke's first year on tour has been incredible, winning the Premier League off the back of the World Championship final, then winning his first ranked major.
Even when he's been beaten, he's played really, really well. Fair play to the lad, the times he's been beaten, he's only missed a few doubles.
Well, it's interesting that he lost in, I think it was 3 first rounds of TV tournaments in that middle of the year, and people would question him, was it a fluke or whatever? Were you surprised when they were questioning him, just because, like you say, he was playing well, and when you're playing elite players, you can lose?
The world as it is now, Phil, nothing surprises me anymore. Of course it doesn't. No, and you're there to be shot down. Listen, in England, they love to build you up, and he is being built up and built up and built up. Hopefully, he doesn't get that big knockdown. Do you know what I mean? I've seen it with footballers, golfers, cricketers, you name it, and then they'll just, they've had enough of you and they want you to get beat. Hopefully that won't happen to him, because it's a different world now.
Is it a different expectation as well? Like, I remember when you shot to fame and everyone was like, oh, Phil will win this, Phil will win that, and it's the same on Luke now. Do you get treated differently?
I don't think Luke will be where everybody thinks he's going to win it. I think 50-50. I think people will think he'll win it, and I think people will think he'll get to the semi-finals, which I do. I'm exactly the same. Will he win it? I don't know. Will he get past the semi-finals? That's the big question. He's got a big. It all depends on Luke Humphries, how he plays, and it also depends on Luke Littler. People are mentioning he got beat first round a few times, so that's going to be in his head. So he's going to be wanting make sure you get past that first and second round, so the format goes up a little bit. That's the main. That was always my objective, is get past that first round and the second round, and then you can. When it gets bigger sets, that was my forte. Then that was when I was at my best.
When you head back to the World Championships after a great year, and everyone is talking about you, do the expectations change, and is the pressure different?
Well, when I was winning and everything, I didn't really think about it. It didn't interest me. I wasn't bothered. And I wasn't playing for the money. Money was not an object for me, so I could go down there and just concentrate on whoever I was playing. There was times I used to go down and I knew we got first round, but I wouldn't have a clue who we got second round. I wasn't interested. I just played the player, and that's what I did. I never played the board. People say, play the board, don't play. No, you don't play the board. If you're in the ring with Mike Tyson at his best, you play Mike Tyson, trust me, you boxed against him. So you've got to play the player.
You touched on Gary earlier, and he's had an incredible year. Posted the best numbers he's ever posted, and lost to Luke in an absolute classic at the Grand Slam. He goes there in real danger, hunting for that third world title. Do you think he can do it?
Can he do it? I think so. I think the longer sets might affect him a little bit now because he's a bit older. But as a player, 100% he can do it. Trust me, and he'll tell you he can do it, which is great. And he's playing as well as I've ever seen him. So yeah, he's got a massive chance.
And we also go into a World Championship. We're not really anyone speaking about Michael van Gerwen for a change, which is a surprise. He's on a drought as well. Obviously, I know that you've been through that as well, and you found the way of reinventing yourself. What's that like, and what will Michael be thinking right now?
I think Michael go in. Michael's Michael. He's very confident in his ability anyway. I think he'll just go in there and play the player. That's what he'll do. I think he'll study what he did in the past, what I did in the past. He'll think, you know what? I'm going to go in, I'm going to play the player, and that's all I'm going to do. Just going to play the player and beat each one as it comes. That's all you have to do. You're not playing everybody. You're not playing Luke Littler. You're not playing Luke Humphries. You're not playing Gary Anderson. All you're doing is playing whoever they put in front of you. So beat that person, and then beat the next one. Concentrate on whoever you've got next.
You say that, but also, will he be pleased that Luke and Luke are in the other half of the draw to him?
Of course he'll be pleased. I would. I'll be thinking, ka-ching. Of course I would. But it's going to be difficult. He'll have some tough games, Gary will, but at the minute his confidence is up and he's playing well. That's the main thing. His mindset's good. That's got to be right.
Barry announced to the world a few weeks ago that the World Championships next year is going to go to 128 players from 96. Do you think it's ready for that, or do you think it's going to, perhaps that first round is going to be a bit like it was back in the day, where there's some players and the standard isn't up to it until we get through?
For me personally, as a dart fan, I applaud him for it, because over Christmas there's not much sport on the TV, so it'll give Sky a few more days of TV coverage, and it gives the fans a bit more, because there is. I'm at home now most of the time, and TV is so rubbish now. I've watched Bargain on 24 times, the same thing. I even know how much it goes for, and I still watch it. But with darts, it's brand new. So I'm looking forward to it this year. Really looking forward to it. And Barry Ian's right. He's spot on. Put more player. Put it 264 if he wants. But yeah, put more players.
Lots been made of the calendar as well. More Pro Tours, more Euro Tours next year, and you speak to the guys on exhibitions and whatever. Is the calendar almost too busy now for the elite, do you think?
It's massive, yeah. Well, the worst one is, not the worst one, probably one of the best tournaments to play in is the Premier League, because you're only playing once a week, but from that sometimes you're playing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, travel Friday, play Saturday, Sunday, then the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It is really difficult, you could do really. Because when I was playing, you had to travel on a Wednesday, check in Wednesday night, play Thursday, and then wherever you've got to go on Friday. And trust me, it was tiring, especially when you're down Bournemouth, or we played in Plymouth in them days, we played in Glasgow and Aberdeen. It was difficult, you're travelling all over the country, and then you're back in Barnsley or back in Wigan. It was very, very tiring, in hotels. The amount of clothes you had suitcases at home, packed, ready. So you put one suitcase in a dirty clothes and you pick another one up and you be gone. With other sets of darts, shirts, it's a different game when I started in 1990.
Last time we spoke was around September time, just after the operation. You had a setback with the scar tissue. And first of all, how are you now? Is the recovery good?
Yeah, it's coming back now, yeah. Yeah, but I haven't had a chance really to practice properly. So I've got to start really trying to have a little practice. That's what I'm after. And see what I can do, But it is difficult now. My mind is 100% wants to do it. My body is like 10%. That's the problem.
Before we let you go, who do you think will win the World Championship this year?
Who would have put me money on? I think Luke Littler.
Yeah?
I think I would. But then again, I was going to say Luke Littler, Luke Humphries in the semis. Definitely Luke Humphries and Luke Littler in the semis.
Phil, absolute pleasure
catching
up with you before the Worlds. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
One.